Even before my mother died, I wasn't hip on the Christmas thing. I was hip on it because I knew my mom was going to give me an envelope. Besides that, I wasn't hip on it. Like, I didn't give a fuck. Once I found out there was no Santa, I just lost it. I think it was the no Santa thing. And I don't know who told me. Because my mom, for about 2 or 3 years, had me fucking confused. She had me on the ropes, guys. My mom was that good. And I watched her like a hawk. And when you watch them like a hawk and they fuck you, you can't. My mother was good. From the ages of 5 to like 8, she had me. Even after people told me there was a fucking Santa Claus and I confronted her, she still fucked my shit up. I looked all over that house for gifts, and the tank, and the basements. I looked everywhere. I couldn't find them. I went to the bar with her. I came back. The gifts were under the fucking tree. Till this day, I never, like before she died, I never really asked her. Because I kind of liked the fucking thought of there being a Santa.
Yeah, it does. I mean, I grew up.
The only way I kept thinking is if one of her friends slipped in and brought gifts in. And then slipped back out. That's the only way I could. But I would watch her like a hawk. All those Christmas years that she was alive. Then once I found out, I didn't give a fuck. I didn't watch her. But I would watch her like a fucking hawk. If she was going to the store, what she would bring when she'd come back. I would look through the receipts, and I couldn't find the fucking thing. And then Christmas fucking Eve, there's 20 gifts. So that's what I think fucked me up. Once I fucked up, once that scumbag on the corner who told me there wasn't a Santa, it must have crushed everything I had inside as a kid.
There's that. I always hated getting, like, for holiday stuff, like, you have to get ready, and God forbid it's at your house, you have to help your mom get ready and set the table. And I used to hate that stuff. That was, and then there's always, like, a couple people at the parties that you don't like, and then you have to spend your time avoiding them. That was what got me.
Everywhere I go, there's something I don't like. So I'm used to that shit, except jiu-jitsu and shit like that. But it just bothers me that, because I know I'm not alone. I know I spoke to a few people, and I thought I was the only one that had it, and I faked the funk for years. And then over the years, I've heard people mention little things under their breath, like, I can't wait till it's over, you know. And even in the Netflix special, I talk about the first year without having my mother, that I think back at that, and it's traumatizing. Like, it's amazing that I made it through that holiday patch.
Especially that young.
If it wasn't for the drugs and my stupidity, maybe I would have been dead. I don't fucking know. But I know that first year, when I think back to it, when I was writing that joke and I thought about Gina, and I remember just thinking about that first year without her, it was like anything else in my life. Like, it was like going to prison and thinking about not having weed ever again. Like nothing happened. Life went on. Like, you always think something bad's gonna happen. Like, when I got sentenced, I'm like, how am I gonna make it in there without weed? I don't need Chinese food, I don't need this, but I'm always gonna need weed. Next thing you know, I hadn't smoked weed for 6 months. And I was doing well. You know, you always think how you're gonna make it. And that's that first holiday without that loved one is gotta be one of the roughest fucking patches in your life. And it starts, you get that knot in your stomach 2 days before Thanksgiving. Doesn't even bother you. You think about it, but you put it under the carpet, and then 2 days before Thanksgiving, you get that fucking knot. And then on Thanksgiving, you realize that person's not at the table. That is terrible. That is horrible. When you realize that that person's not at the table. And then you go to bed that night, you're a little bummed, but you wake up the next day and there's fucking Christmas everywhere. But you're numb to it. You're immune to it. You got immune to it at the fucking Thanksgiving table. And you go through the motions and you smile with your girlfriend or your wife. But at the end of the day, you're like, I fucking can't wait for this fucking holiday to be over. I don't know why Christmas is that holiday. And listen, there's a lot of ways to seek help. You call a friend. There's suicide hotlines. There's just people to talk to. But my go-to people are my friends, man. When I'm feeling that way, and sometimes you don't have to tell them. You don't have to call your friend and say you're feeling shitty. Just calling somebody and them talking to you for 4 or 5 minutes about generalities unravels things. You don't have to call me and go, Joey, I feel like a fucking asshole. I miss my mommy. I'll accept that. But I'd rather you call me and talk to me about something else and unravel your mind that way, because that's what I usually do. When I'm a little stuck, I'll call somebody. I'll call a motherfucker at 2 a.m. and I'll unravel with him. And then if he gets to the core of it, then I'll tell him. Like I have a friend, Mike Duffy, that I've known since Colorado. I've known him since grammar school, really. His family, his father. I met his father before I knew him. We've been talking a lot the last couple of days because we're both hurting over a friend. He's hurting over his son going into the army, and he's all alone, and it's ugly to be 59 and to be all alone in your home, and 10 Planet Kush, it drains the lactic motherfucking acid. People won't cop to it. The health specialists say, no, that doesn't happen, Joey. Yes, it fucking does. I got friends at Harvard, bitch. I'm like Garth Brooks. I got friends in high places, motherfuckers.